Super Bowl 55, Mahomes versus Tom Brady. What other Super Bowl could you ask for? This has the potential of being one of the greatest Super Bowls ever. And man, am I excited to talk about it in this video. But without further ado, I'm going to let the intro cue and then we're going to get into it. So, you know what? Let's get it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the First Yard. I hope you guys are having a great day today. So today we are going to be talking about my predictions for Super Bowl 55. I did do a video on this last year and I really enjoyed it. Seems like you guys enjoyed it quite a bit. So today we are back and hopefully this can be a yearly thing. Now, with that said, in this Super Bowl, wouldn't you know, the Kansas City Chiefs, Mr. Kermit the Frog, Patrick Mahomes is back, and so is Tom Brady, surprisingly. Now, obviously, last time we did this video, Tom Brady was with the Patriots. He lost to the Titans, but it doesn't matter. Today, he is back in a different jersey, and really, we're just going to be talking about here really everything that goes from offense to defense on both teams, and really what I think the average could be for these teams, what the score could quite possibly be, and really what to look out for when you're watching the Super Bowl. So with that said, let's go ahead and start off here with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs have Andy Reid as their head coach. He's a very, very good head coach. Used to be the coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, it didn't work out there. They lost to, guess who? Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. But he's going to be playing Tom Brady here. And obviously, he is one of the best offensive-minded coaches, if not the best-minded coach for the offense in the NFL. And I think that, once again, just like in last Super Bowl, he's gonna call some pretty crazy plays, especially with Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and it's going to be quite a show. Now, looking at the Chiefs' offense, they have the #1 offense this year, so no surprise there. They do score a lot of points at the beginning of the game, first quarter, second quarter, on their first drive and second drive. So really just looking at the Chiefs' offense, the Buccaneers, they might have a bit of an issue stopping them, but I think it is possible. The Bucs, you have the 8th best defense according to the NFL. And really they have, I think, the best run stop defense in the NFL. So really looking at it, what the Bucs need to do is match up their fastest guys with the Chiefs' fastest receivers. That's the only way they're going to be able to somewhat slow down, not stop, but slow down this Chiefs offense. And of course, put on their great linebackers on Travis Kelce. I think that, obviously this game is going to be high scoring in my opinion. I really do believe in that. But really what it all comes down to is who plays better defense. Now, looking at the Kansas City Chiefs defense, their defense isn't the greatest. It's not the most consistent, but what it is clutch. When you look at them playing the Bills, and really just them playing last year in the playoffs, you notice that the Chiefs defense, Honey Badger mainly, one of my favorite guys, you guys should know that by now, but Honey Badger is a great leader for this defense, great commander for this defense, and he comes in clutch. This whole defense is crazy because they play so clutch in the playoffs, and you know what? They really did help them win the Super Bowl last year. Now, obviously, the Chiefs' defense, if they're going to be able to stop Tom Brady, they are going to need to obviously pick off the ball and also stop the running game. The Bucs have a really good run offense, and they have the 5th overall offense in the NFL this year. So obviously, that doesn't really help. Now, looking at individuals here, Tom Brady, obviously last year he did not have a great season, but this year, going into a brand new offense with a brand new team, you have Mike Evans. He brought over Gronk. You have Leonard Fournette. You have Chris Godwin, the absolute god. Really, what he was able to do this year, obviously facing all these challenges this year, is quite amazing. He had 40 touchdowns and 12 picks. And I mean, how old is this guy again? 143? I can't remember, dude. He's playing like he's like 30. It is absolutely insane. But yes, he did have 40 touchdowns, 12 picks, so he had a really good season. His arm definitely looks stronger than it did last year. And I think, with that being said, Tom Brady is going to be a threat in the Super Bowl, just because, I mean, he's the GOAT. You can't say otherwise. I mean, this is his 10th time going to the Super Bowl, and I mean, he's already won six out of the 10. So, obviously Tom Brady is going to be a challenge. Looking at Patrick Mahomes, we all know that he can do a lot of stuff, running around outside of the pocket, throwing across his body, no look passes, you name it, he can do it. He is a hybrid of Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, and dare I say Kyler Murray or Russell Wilson. It is absolutely insane. But Patrick Mahomes also had around 4,000 yards, 38 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Mahomes, as usual, one-time MVP. He's also been the MVP of the Super Bowl, is a very good quarterback, if not one of the best in the NFL. And, his stats show at 38 touchdowns, he was able to sling the rock like mad. And with Le'Veon Bell and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I believe that this team can potentially be very scary. Now, obviously, the Bucs do have a good run defense, but I think with the Walrus, aka Andy Reid, I think they might be able to push through it and quite possibly break some big runs. I mean, if they were able to beat the 49ers last year with that godly team that absolutely just terrorized Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game, I really think the Chiefs have a shot here of quite possibly running well against the Buccaneers. Now, looking at the Buccaneers offense against the Chiefs defense, Tom Brady has a lot of weapons. Like Mike Evans, in my opinion, is probably going to have, I mean, he's more consistent than he has been in past years, which I think is pretty good. Obviously, Mike Evans in past years hasn't been very consistent. Of course, his quarterback hasn't been very consistent. But with Tom Brady, Mike Evans, he's a big receiver. He'll be able to get open. And obviously, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, right? These two guys, they're really fast. They're really good at route running. They have great hands. I mean, what could you not ask for? I mean, even Gronk. Like, I think, really, just looking at the entire Bucs team, their team is just so stacked on offense. It is hard to believe. So, really, what it comes down to here is pass rush and stopping the running game. And also, I mean, obviously stopping the passing game, even though I don't think either of these teams are going to be able to do that successfully. I think they can slow it down. But really just looking at how this team is going to play, it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game, in my opinion. I really think that it'll probably be kind of the same situation with the 49ers and the Chiefs, where it's like a 3-point to 10-point difference. It'll probably be in the high 20s, mid 20s, maybe even or low 30s for scoring, just because these teams are just so stacked on offense. But really, when it comes down to here, for the winner, I think that the Buccaneers have a pretty good shot of beating the Chiefs. I know the only team that has actually beaten the Chiefs successfully this past season were the Raiders, and that's just because they outcoached them. And really what you're looking at here is you're going to need Tom Brady to ball out, and you're going to need your defense to pretty much outcoach the Chiefs offense. That is the only way that the Bucs are going to be able to win. And of course, I mean, the Chiefs do have Honey Badger on their defense as usual. He is a great safety. Absolutely love seeing his film. If you guys have not seen his film, definitely recommend it, especially if you're into football. But yeah, I think really Honey Badger is going to be he could be a pretty big factor as well in this game. Pick off Brady at least probably one or two times, stop the run game pretty well. And then going into the Super Bowl MVP, obviously with such a high-powered offense and on both teams really, what I see is either it's going to be Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady, depending on who wins. It most likely, if it is the Bucs possibly, I think Tom Brady could win it. If it is the Chiefs, however, it's either going to be Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, or Tyreek Hill. I know Tyreek Hill, he's been going off. He loves going off. It is absolutely insane. But with that said, I think that if Patrick Mahomes decides to sling it like he did in the last Super Bowl, throw 3 touchdowns, I think the Chiefs could have a pretty good shot of pulling it off. The other key factors here, obviously, The better offense, in my opinion, are the Buccaneers, just on paper. Now, when you look at what the Chiefs are able to do with Patrick Mahomes, that is an extremely big factor in how they're going to be able to play, because Patrick Mahomes is going to be able to run out of the pocket. Everybody knows the Chiefs' offensive line isn't as good as the Bucs. They don't really have the greatest offensive line in general, and a part of that makes Patrick Mahomes very, very able, very free to run around, and that's going to be a major factor as well. So really, just with all this stuff combined in terms of offense and defense and both of these quarterbacks, it's going to be an absolute shootout. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are excited for it as well. Obviously, this video is coming out on a Wednesday. I did just record this video over the weekend. But yeah, with that said, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Do hit that thumbs up button so other people can see it. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn that bell notification on so you'll be able to get reminded when these videos do come out. I know that my views have been kind of low recently, so if you could turn that bell notification on if you have not already, please do. The views would be amazing. But with that said, I will see you guys next time.